Hi, Renee.
Hi, how are you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Look, yeah, not bad. I'm okay with technology, but I'm much better with beauty. I can say that for sure.
Yep.
This is not my thing
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm the
So,
same.
but we're here.
We are here. Alrighty. How's the sound for everyone? Is everyone good? Thumbs up if I don't know if we have a thumbs up or we've got a chat going. Oh, Karina's on the iPad. Hi, Karina. Thank you. Sounds better. Okay, great. I might just have to do them all on Zoom in future and then just upload them later. So awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
it might be easier. I think there's more options on Zoom.
yeah, there is.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
I'm just
sure.
going to set my phone up so it's not
Yeah,
going to fall
perfect.
on me. It's I went to accept the uh the Zoom link that you provided, and then my laptop says you need to update Zoom.
Oh no, that's
It's like,
classic.
oh, this is just not going our way.
That's okay. We're getting
So
there.
while
We're
my
getting there.
yeah,
There
the
was always going
trusty
to be
old
teething
phone.
problems on the first one, let's be honest.
Yeah, well, congratulations. It
Oh,
is your
thank
first
you.
one, isn't it?
It is the first one. Yeah, it's a bit exciting. I'm a bit worried that there's going to be people on Facebook going, "Where's this live event?" And it was an
I think
absolute bomb.
can you actually can you allow people into Zoom, Joe,
As oh yeah, well
as we
we've
go?
got
I'm
one,
pretty sure
two,
you
three,
can.
four, five, six, seven, 8 people in now. Aside from
Yep,
you and I. So
yep,
I'll just continue to allow people in as they either like
as they
get the
come.
link or whatever.
Yep,
Um,
great.
so so yeah. So Jess, if you wouldn't mind monitoring the Facebook group for me, just on the comments for the group and just see if anyone else is going, why has it stopped? Or has any questions, that'd be amazing. Thanks, Jess, my little PA for the evening. Alrighty, so let's get going, which is why everyone's here. So
Yes.
um, SQT, like, tell us about it. What is it?
Okay, so SQT is biomicroneedling. It's a revolutionary new treatment that we foresee taking over skin needling as we
Yep,
know it. So traditional microneedling,
yep,
and pretty much it's a natural treatment, Joe. So it's great all round for all skin types, pregnant and breastfeeding women. So it's a very safe product to
mm-hmm.
use. It's derived from a freshwater sponge. So it's not derived from sea. So people might have had a bit of experience in the past with sea peels and
Mm-hmm.
sea-based products. So it doesn't have
Yep,
any pungent smells to it. There's no perfumes that have been needed to have been added to it because it
yep,
contains no smell. And it's our spicules at the moment. This is a little vial. I don't know if you can see it.
mm.
But they're sitting at, so you've got your spongulus spicules powder in there, and that gets
So it's a
mixed with
powder.
the
Yep,
essence. Yep, powder gets mixed with an essence and then applied to the face.
yep.
So the results we're seeing are phenomenal, and that's why I definitely would think within the next 12 to 24 months that not many people are going to be doing skin needling.
Yeah,
I'm being
right. So
hopeful.
you
Some
think
people
it
are
will
saying a few
completely
more
replace
years.
skin needling? Totally.
I do. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, obvious question, how does it work? And compared to microneedling, like pain wise,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. Yep. So basically, the spicules are pressed into the epidermis of the skin.
Mm-hmm.
They actually reach the dermal layer. So through training, we teach the clinic multiple techniques on how to actually get the spicules into the skin. As far as pain wise, depending if you're used to using numbing cream with your microneedling treatments,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't, and it can be pretty spicy and pretty uncomfortable.
Yep.
I've also heard some people say that the SQT has been painful. But what I do stress to people is that was your clinic certified? Did they have the
Right.
right training? And I'm finding, and it's come up about 3 or 4 times in the last couple of weeks, and I am finding that the few people that have said that it's a little bit painful haven't actually been to a certified clinic that have done the training through us.
Right.
So I do stress the importance of that, because there is multiple techniques that we teach the clinics in order to provide comfort to the client. Of course, nothing's going to be 100% pain-free.
No, beauty is pain.
But in saying that, all of my clients return, all of my clinics clients are returning.
Yeah.
And there is ways we can mitigate any discomfort. So that might be through technique. And again, we teach that in training, Joe. So all the techniques. So if someone's got a compromised skin barrier, if someone's used active products too recently close to treatment, that can also affect the pain. But we can manage that very easily through multiple hand techniques. Yeah.
Sure.
But as far as pain wise, I wouldn't say it will make your toes curl, you want to jump off the bed. One lady actually, a clinic that I trained up here, the lovely Dominic from Cosderm, her model who came in, she'd been a long time client of Dominic's, and I never forget, she was sitting there through the whole treatment saying, "Ooh, I like this. I can actually feel something's happening."
Okay.
God love her, and she was very experienced in getting treatments, and the whole time she commentated and said, "I love it.
Awesome.
I can feel it working." So you actually do feel the little spicules in your skin for about 48 hours as well.
Yeah.
Also bearing in mind too that your first treatment is going to be, you're going to feel your first treatment more than your subsequent treatments. And then the spicules, I found for me personally, the spicules lasted in my skin longer the first time, and then treatments moving. I've done 5 treatments or so on myself now, but the treatments now moving forward, you hardly feel it. Like the spicules don't stay as long.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah, look, I think it's got to do with just the levels and degrees of peeling that your skin requires or might need. Yeah. And again, that goes back to your what you're doing at home. What's the client doing at home? Is their top layer buffed off? Has it been applied correctly? So there's a couple of multiple factors, but the results we're getting, Joe, I would say from a clinic perspective, I do PRF, which is platelet-rich fibrin microneedling. And I was averaging between here, I'm on the Sunshine Coast, between Sunshine Coast, Sydney and Melbourne. I would probably do on average about 80 to 120 microneedling treatments per month with the PRF.
Yeah, wow.
So using the client's own platelets. I've counted the other week, I've done no more than 12 treatments in September. So this has completely overtaken it. And that's the feedback coming from my clinics. Pretty much all their clients that come in are now being converted to the actual SQT Biomicroneedling.
Yeah, wow. So that's why you think it will replace traditional microneedling, because you're literally seeing that happen in the clinics that are taking it up. Wow. Okay.
Yep. And not only that, you don't have to fuss around with sharps, breaking skin. There's no skin breakage. There's no devices. There's no needles, no numbing cream, no, foreign things going, no synthetic serums being needled into the actual skin. So there's so many positives that actually give me that stance to say, I do think it will replace it, because there's just so many positives. Yeah. Not only that, if you've got a clinic, I don't know, some of the states are different, but there is requirements for skin penetration licenses with your local council for those who are looking for a change in business, who want something nice, at home job to run with the kids and the busyness of life. Or people who might want to get into the beauty industry, but they don't like the thought of needles and blood. This is a perfect opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, right. And so, I mean, one of the
there, I think someone needs to mute their mic.
I think I might be able to mute her.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah.
There we go. I've just muted you, Sneha, sorry. So in terms of microneedling, like microneedlings are generally considered a safe treatment because it can be used on multiple skin types. Is it the same with biomicroneedling?
Yeah, it's exactly the same, Joe, only better, because as we know, we can't do microneedling on active acne or people with too many pimples. The spondular spicules were actually initially designed many decades ago to actually treat acne.
Yeah, right.
So that's the benefit as well. You're not turning people away. Our acne results are incredible. Like the first treatment, and we'll get the client back in, days post, or get them to send photos through of their progress. And it's just phenomenal. It dries out the pimples straight away, and then we can start focusing on the scarring. It is the only treatment as well that can actually treat acne and scarring in the one too.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's awesome. So I guess like how long is the treatment and what's the downtime associated?
Yes, so the treatment takes all up from start to finish. So from the client walking through the door and you completing their consent form, you're looking at maximum of 45 minutes. However, the actual time you're working on the face is only 15 minutes, Joe. So physical working time with your hands is maximum 15 minutes. The downtime, you're looking at about a day or two of redness on the skin. So we want to see that nice erythema. Then day 3, generally our clients are peeling up to about day 6. Now, not everybody peels. I don't peel because I use a lot of actives on my face. I've got retinol going on every night. I don't actually peel. Some of my clients who use a lot of active ingredients don't peel as much. The clients I find that haven't taken great care of their skin or don't introduce actives, they will peel a lot more.
Sure.
And so the peeling, you're done and dusted by day 6, 7. And that's why we promote it's a 7-day skin cycle turnaround versus microneedling, which takes 28 days. So you're seeing the results a lot quicker. And a question that I saw quickly, which ties in with this as well, is we can perform treatment every 2 weeks. I typically get my clients in every 3. Because of course affordability and whatnot for the client as well, and we've all got busy schedules, so I definitely get my clients to come back at 3 weeks.
Okay, cool.
And typically,
sorry, you said that the spicules, you can feel them for about 48 hours. So, and is that like, so what does that feel like?
It feels like, it's very hard to say. It's sort of almost like, cactus, the fur on cactus. It kind of feels a little bit like that in the skin.
Can you see it?
No. No, you can't see it. So it's completely invisible. You won't see it come out either. As your stratum corneum drops off, that those spicules fall out with it. And the body naturally will just slowly reject the spicule, but it's done all its work underneath. So we've got the microcirculation, the stimulation of collagen, and that's basically, it's speeding up the collagen and elastin synthesis. So as we age, of course, it's very similar to the outcomes that we'd see with microneedling, only we actually can get a proper shed of the skin. Like I offer Cosmoline treatment in my clinic, and I would say that some SQT clients I've seen peel almost at 75-80% of what my Cosmoline peels can do.
Yeah, right.
Do you want me to read any questions out the bottom, Joe, that I see?
Yeah, so I just saw Jess's question about how long afterwards can you get your face wet?
Yep. So the very next day, we're washing our face, and this is all taught in training as well. There's a very comprehensive training manual that we've developed. So that's got all the aftercare and symptoms built into that as well. And you provide the client with that too, so they don't go home and forget everything you've told them. It's all there on their phone. So you can wet the following day. And it's just with water for 2 days, and then they can introduce gentle cleansers on day 3.
Sure.
No active ingredients for 7 days.
So that's, I guess, similar to microneedling. What about one question that I sort of was wondering is sometimes with microneedling, depending on how deep you go, obviously you'll get some pinpoint bleeding. Do you get any bleeding with SQT, or is it completely blood-free?
Never, never.
Cool.
Completely blood-free, completely. Never seen blood. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And so you mentioned before that it can be used on active acne. So one of the concerns, I guess, that some people might have regarding using it on active acne is the spreading of that acne bacteria. Is that not not a concern with this treatment? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, look, if you had an open pimple, of course, I'd go very carefully, and we teach our clinics in training how to sort of avoid that happening. But we've never had anyone come back and say, oh my goodness, my acne is now all over my face. You can get purging, as with microneedling. That's very common. But I've only ever seen and witnessed like little white tiny pimples that may last for about a day or two and they're gone. But some people do get a bit of purging. But as far as spreading, because we're not breaking the skin, there's no risk of actually further spreading the bacteria.
Yeah, right. And you mentioned before earlier in the conversation about the pain. You've seen like people who've had pain, but they haven't gone to an SQT certified clinic. So are there other brands like SQT, like similar or like different?
Yeah, look, we are seeing SQTs are leaders in the market. So we've got 8 years of research and development, over 21 invention patents, and in over 1,400 companies are using it in over 80 countries. Back in 2021, when there was a shortage of spicules, SQT actually maintained the spicules of the market. So none of the SQT clients had anything to worry about. But there are other brands coming in. I guess you could call them knockoffs. I've gone above and beyond prior to taking on this venture and investing in SQT myself. I actually had the SQT spicules independently tested. The results came back amazing. We've got some videos of our testing as well available on Instagram and Facebook. So the spicules are sitting at 99.5% pure.
Yeah, wow.
In our revitalizing set. Other spicule brands, and I'm not going to mention who, have been tested, and their spicule content is sitting at no more than 20 to 50%.
Yeah, wow. Okay, that's so different. So what's mixed in? Like what's mixed in with it to like get that difference in purity, I guess?
Well, there's a lot of, it depends on where they're harvesting the spicules from. I'd have to talk more with manufacturers about it, but my understanding is where they're harvesting the spicules from and what they're actually collecting with the sponge. So there's a lot of, you can see in the ones that aren't as pure, they've got debris, like leaves and debris mixed in with theirs. So that's technically, you're mixing that in the skin. I wouldn't say that would be penetrating.
Still, it's not great. Of course,
it's not you want pure. If you can get pure, you get pure.
Yeah, that's right. So I guess, you said that it's been around for a while. So if, like if somebody was, so we've got quite a few people on here now. So if somebody was interested in like bringing this into their salon, what kind of like opening orders and training and all that sort of stuff, like what's the requirements?
Look, the best thing, and I hope everyone's got a pen and paper right now, the best thing to do is jump onto our website, and there's the second tab. So you've got the home tab, which has a plethora of information on there about spondular spicules and how it works. On the second tab, which is the Become a Certified Provider, you've actually got details on what's included in your opening order. So 16 treatments included in your opening order. That includes one-on-one support with myself or Layla, depending on which state they're in. It also includes marketing support as well. So all of the marketing material you see on our sites, including the social media sites, that's all provided to you for life. So anything you see you want to grab, just you let Penny know. So Penny is our marketing and sales manager. So she can forward anything over to you that you like and you might want on your own page. In the opening order, it also includes your training as well. So we do about 2.5, 3 hours of training, comprehensive training, theory.
Yep.
With that, you get an extended training manual, and then you get your take-home order, which is your 16 treatments. And you get a few other things like a pen, a notepad, SQT fiber, the fiber towels, microfiber towels, that's it. So you get a couple of other things, but I think, Joe, the support is what is next to none, and we become a family. So if you jump on the site and you look at all the certified providers that are in Australia at the moment, we're all like a family. We share each other's work, we promote each other, we lift each other, we help each other. Encouragement. If you see something on a page and a really good before and after, people privately message and say, hey, what treatment did you use here? How many sessions have they had? Which set did you use? Because we do have 3 sets. So I don't know if you can see on the back, there's the resurfacing, the revitalize, and the anti-aging gold set.
Right.
So we do have 3 sets that are targeted for different things. So you get 4 boxes, which are 16 treatments in your opening order. So then you've got access to wholesale prices after your opening order has expired. There is no minimum monthly purchase amount required. So if you decide you want to order 1 box 1 month and 10 or 50 the next month, not a problem. If you don't put an order in for 3 months, not a problem. I mean, it is a problem because we want to know why you're not providing treatment. But that's where we're on the phone all the time with our certified clinics. Like we've built a little family, and that's what you're joining as well. You're not just given a product and you're left to your own devices. Like the way I see it is, your success is my success. I want to see your before and after photos on our website, on our social media pages. Like that gives me the best satisfaction. And that's why I started in the industry. It's helping and empower women who don't like their skin and who have skin problems. I suffered acne really bad. I'm 40 this year, but back in my mid to late teens, I suffered really bad acne, and it was all over my back, my chest, my face. And that really ignited my passion for helping other women. And I know how debilitating it can be as well. So it's with the training, going back to the training and opening order. Once your opening order has run out, then you do get access to our wholesale prices. So if you guys want to all take down the website, it's
I'll post the website. I saw that Karina mentioned that she missed the website details. I'll post all that information when I post the recording of this. I'll post all the information for the website links, etc. Penny, I'm sure Penny will send everything to me, and you guys can have all of that in that recording as well. I've seen a question from couple of questions. So Nicolette's asked a couple of questions. What is the recommended cost of the treatment, and how do you actually do the treatment? Like, how do you apply it? Not obviously tell me all the secrets, but how is it done compared to microneedling?
Yeah, okay. So cost of the treatment, we've built into our service agreement that no clinic is allowed to charge under $249. So after your opening order and moving forward, once your opening order has been finished, your wholesale price per treatment costs you $50 per treatment. It's just under, it's about $48. I like to round it up. So the minimum charge per treatment is $249, and that's just going to avoid price wars down the track when there's more clinics popping up in your neighbouring cities and whatnot. It saves people lowering the price and cheapening the product. So the profit margin's $200 minimum per treatment. And that's off the resurfacing and revitalizing set. Off the anti-aging set, that is a little bit higher to purchase. It's about $75 per treatment, but most of our clinics are selling it for around the $370, $380 mark.
Sure.
So your margin on that's a little bit more. Sorry, what was the second part of that question, Jo?
And how do you apply? How is
the application? Yeah. So again, that's all taught in your training. However, basically we've got the powder It's mixed with a special solution. It's applied to the face. There's about 15 minutes of application time. We teach you all the techniques. So not
And is it
to
applied with like
damage
a
the
special
skin.
tool or just
No,
like
just
hands?
applied with your hands. So as long as your hands are working, you can provide treatment. You're not relying on a device. You don't have to charge or plug anything into the wall. You don't have to buy sterile cartridges. It's all done purely just with your hands. Some people, the only difference is some people use gloves. I like to use no gloves. I like to feel the pressure properly and where I'm going and the technique on the skin better.
Okay.
But it's personal choice. But yeah, it's definitely just done with your hands.
Yep. So there was another question here from Louisa. Do you combine it with any other modalities like peels or LED? It sounds like in and of itself, it's like a peel. So
yeah, it does sound like a peel, but technically it forms part of the needling family because under a microscope, so to our eyes, I'm going to try and go up really close. It just looks like white powder to our eyes.
Yep.
Can you see that there?
Yep.
But under a microscope, they do look like a little sharp crystal rod. So basically, it is part of the needle family, and it's not, it does give you a peel, but it's not, it contains no chemicals or acids.
Right.
So it's definitely far from a peel. But I would look, the only thing I combine it with in clinic is PRF injections, because some of my clients who come in say, oh, but Renee, we really like getting the PRF injected under our eyes or in our nasal folds. That's the only other treatment I really combine it with. But you are welcome to do other treatments. I would always recommend doing 3 treatments for the best results.
Yep.
If the client's got more problematic skin, then you would be offering more, say like 5 treatments.
Yeah, sure.
So if they've got severe pigmentation or acne or scarring, you'd offer you'd recommend more treatments. But you can combine it. But in training, I teach you how long to wait between using it with, say, peels or microneedling, which I can guarantee. Look, I've behind me in my drawer, I've got a couple of $1,000s worth of peels from Meso Aesthetic to Jamarini. I haven't touched a peel in 6 months. Not one.
Yeah, wow. Not one.
Not one. Not
Wow.
one.
And so
No,
in terms of like how it feels, how does it feel compared to a peel?
I find the peels can be, for me personally, a little bit intolerable. Like, oh, get this off my face. It doesn't feel normal. It's burning, it's stinging. So this feels, it's like a satisfying prickly feel, almost like a deep exfoliation. That's probably the best way to say it.
Yeah. Okay. So we had another question from, where are my questions disappearing to? Okay, so that answers Sneha's question about, is it kind of like a peel like Cosmolan? Is it a kind of leave-on peel like Cosmolan or a different application?
No, completely different. So the spicules, the topical, once it's applied, a mask is then popped on the face.
Yep.
Whatever spicules have penetrated into the skin will stay there for up to 72 hours.
Yep.
And they will slowly discharge. You don't see them. They're completely invisible.
Sure.
And no, nothing's left topically on the face like Cosmolan for 12 hours, and then you haven't got the gruesome 2 weeks recovery period. You're looking at approximately 3 days of peeling if you are going to peel.
Yep. Okay. I mean, we've pretty much covered I think everything that like all the questions that I had and all the questions that so far. Oh, hang on, here's one. What's the investment of the opening order? I believe that's on the website, Carla. And Nicolette can people get a reaction? Great question, Nicolette. And if they don't like the feel of it, can it be removed?
Yeah, absolutely. I've never had anyone ask me to stop treatment ever, but absolutely, if anyone's clients aren't happy or comfortable with the way something's feeling, then we would remove it straight away and then offer them something else that they might.
No, you don't. Go to sleep. You don't need it.
Sorry, someone's talking in the background.
Sorry?
Was that a question, Rebecca? No? Okay.
So yeah, reaction wise, the only reaction I've ever had, and I would say it's very plausible that it was the actual SQT, is that one lady, she'd done a treatment with me prior, and then she came back 3 or 4 weeks later and had a second treatment. 3 days post her second treatment, she did get a little bit, and it wasn't even on the treatment area, it was down on the side of her neck. And she did get a little bit of red spots, which she assumed was hives. And we did go through the fact that she'd had a treatment before with no reaction, the fact that she possibly could have done something else at home or had some type of allergy to something is highly likely. But I just say to people, if you ever get any clients with itchiness, give them recommend that they take an antihistamine.
Yep.
And then you can do a test if they want to proceed with doing another try. Then just do a test patch on the skin again and see if they react. But that's been the only thing I've had.
What if there's any kind of like seafood allergy?
Yeah, so at this stage, no, because we're not actually using a sea product.
Right.
So it's fresh water. So if they've got a crustacean allergy, then it's still completely fine because it's a freshwater sponge. It's not derived from the ocean.
Sure. Okay, cool. And we had a couple of other questions. So contraindications from Jess.
Yeah. So scleroderma is a contraindication. Scleroderma can be ignited and triggered through protein and silica. So these are siliceous silica biomicroneedles. So we wouldn't do it on anyone with scleroderma. Saying that, scleroderma is a very, very rare disorder. So the client would absolutely know if they did have scleroderma. So you would be able to establish that going through the consent form, because that is a question.
Yep.
Other than that, if the client had like a whole fungal infection on their face or a big open wound on their face, you just wait for that to heal prior to them, doing the SQT treatment. Yeah.
Okay. We're running out of time and I'm trying to update my Zoom to Pro so that we can keep going. But of course, it's not working because, it's tonight.
But if there's any further questions, Jo, what we can do is if they jump onto the website, that links them straight to my email.
Cool.
I answer questions very promptly, like within the hour.
Amazing.
So, if they jump onto the website, have a look, all the information's in there, how to become a certified provider. We can send you a onboarding clinic brochure outlining everything as well with what you receive in your opening order, including the prices or any special packages that we may be offering. But yeah, www.sqtaustralia.com.au.
Yep, cool.
And
I know that Penny's in the group. So any questions in the group, I know Penny's in there and she's pretty active and pretty prompt with getting back to people. Heidi's said that she was declined, I think, trying to go on the website. Maybe.
Really?
So she said, I was just declined by you, but she's not sure because it's through her business. So just what I would do, Heidi, is just reach out to SQT Microneedling through Facebook or go onto the website and shoot an email to go through to Renee and she can look into it. So Karina.
Also on our Instagram page, if you look for SQT_official, it's got a blue background in the logo with a gold bird.
Cool.
And I don't know if did it give you the 10 minutes warning, Jo, already?
Yeah, we've got 1 minute left.
Yeah, we're going to be the Beauty Expo in August.
Oh, cool. That's exciting.
We're stand number F126.
Awesome.
So excited about that. So that'll be our major public launch in August in Sydney. Yeah,
that's great. So we're getting ahead of the launch with this little chat. Amazing.
Yes, yeah.
Ooh.
Thank you so much, Jo, for your time. Thank you all for who have joined. Any questions, please feel free to sing out. Happy to help.
Cool. Thank you. I'll let everyone go because we're about to time out. So thanks so much.
See you. Bye. Bye.